Observer News.
Yes, Observer News. Now we're gonna move on to other news real quick and try to let you guys know what you need to keep your eyes out for, or another take on these news stories that's been in the press. So
I was looking at the movie thing in Hollywood and stuff, and they're talking about the popularity of all the different television shows that are black-based and all the different movies that are black-based, and you hear the rumble that it's just a passing phase. And what do you think? You think it's passing? You think it's the time for a real distribution of black films and movies? What's happening here? What do you think?
Well, they're having a discussion about Selma, and Selma only getting maybe 1 or 2 nominations. Have you seen?
I haven't seen Selma, but I know a lot of people like it, and I saw her interview on Democracy Now!, which was the bomb. This sister right here, I mean, oh my God, I love strong sisters, but this sister right here was the bomb.
How do you say her name? Ava?
Yeah, Ava DuVernay. Yeah,
Put the nay on the end.
Yeah, DuVernay. All right, so he said nay. So DuVernay, she is the bomb diggity, and she on her. If you get a chance, Google that. Go on, see her interview with Democracy Now! And she just, the whole hour, Amy Goodman interviews her. And this sister makes you want to be like, you're rooting for your people because she's the bomb. She took it with stride, like her being glossed over at the Golden Globes. She took that with stride. She said that really don't matter. So they showing this film to all these kids like around the country, and it's like that's what really matters to her is that these kids are being exposed to Martin Luther King that they didn't see.
Well, the story really wasn't about Martin Luther King. It was about the moment. From what I've seen, it showed everybody that played a part in that movement down in Selma. It was great. The acting was over the top, and for it to only get 1 or 2 nominations, I think it was nominated for Best Picture,
song. I know
and
the song,
yeah,
song,
yeah.
But none of the acting was nominated.
I believe you just have to keep going. Just keep continuing to show up and do good work, and just show up and do good work. To sit around and think that it always has to be someone to come along and tell you that you did a good job.
Yeah, you don't
you don't necessarily need that. Just do good work and keep on going.
Yeah, we don't need those type
affirmations.
of accolades, affirmations.
You're like, I'm good, thank you.
Yeah,
you're like, I need you to tell me I'm good. But
that's but we have to put in more time patting each other on the back, no matter how great our achievements are.
I think we need to praise each other.
We have to praise each other because that's where it's at. Other communities, they may hate each other more than we could hate them, but they always make it possible to celebrate each other, and that's what we have to work on.
Yeah, I think that's great. So moving on to, there's another film that's coming out that I saw at Sundance. Well, I didn't see it at Sundance, but I saw that it was showing at Sundance. It looks very interesting. Is the Black Panthers Vanguard of a Revolution. Director of it is Stanley Nelson. He's a acclaimed director. I love films about black people directed by black people. That's what I like. It's like, because a lot of times we get these, like the Nina Simone that's coming out. It's a documentary about Nina Simone made by a non-black person, which it's okay. They have their take on that artist, but I love it when a director, a black director, tells the black story, and I just love that whole idea. I think it just gives it more.
You kind of understand the struggle that goes with it if there's a struggle.
Well, I just think you have a different perspective.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. The perspective is a little bit different, and that's how I felt about the James Brown movie. I don't think that they focused enough on how important he was to the black community. They more or less focused on the music.
Right.
But what he did for the black community and civil rights alone.
Well, not only that, but as an entrepreneur, right? He had his own jet plane. He had his own label.
He had radio stations. He was doing things that other blacks weren't doing during those times.
Right, and we just now coming back to that where we say, okay, I can do these things. Right. What's that guy's name? He goes in drag all the time. What's his name? He's very popular, though. I can't think of him. Right now.
Oh, no, you talking about Tyler Perry. He said in drag. That's not. Okay.
He's dressing in drag, right?
I guess so. I guess that would be drag. You got me on that one.
Right? Tyler Perry. But he has his own studio. He has his own thing. You know what I'm saying?
And he's making powerful movies.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But it took so long for us to get that back. Somebody actually to do that again. Right. And then Oprah Winfrey as well. She has her own.
Well, you know, they team together. You know,
there comes back to what I said before. There's got to be a trust factor. If I can't work with you and trust you, we can't do nothing. And so we have to start getting to a point where we can trust each other and believe that my coming together with you is going to help us all come together.
Right.
You know, this here, I got it because I need it for me kind of thing. You end up by yourself all the time.
Well, you got to think of the bigger picture. It's hard for us to think about the bigger picture. It's just hard. You know, we so focused on right now. It's like I got to pay my bills right now. I got all this kind of stuff. But we forget. We watched Bamboozled at the Brick House this weekend, and it was like, and that was Milton said a very important point. He was like, they have us, you know, because we are so in need of money. You could ask us to do anything, and we would do it because we need the money. You know, and so we would betray our own people. We would do anything because we need that money, and because they know we always needy. It's like we can't even think of the bigger picture.
Well, you know, I had this discussion with one of my clients a couple of days ago, and we were talking about the same type of situation. It was talking about the welfare system, and he was asking, do you think that the welfare system kind of, held the black community down? And if we didn't have it, where will we be? And I told him, where were we
then?
You know, we had Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. There has been black communities that have went far on the bartering system. Right. So it's you know.
Well, the problem is that it's just like with the Black Panthers, right? They started the breakfast programs, and they started all those programs where they feed the needy. I was part of those programs, and then the government was so scared of them. They scared of us doing it for ourselves for some reason. I don't know what reason it is. It's just like Wall Street.
Even if they're afraid of you, that should be no reason for you to stop trying. You know, you can't let someone's fear of you be what keeps you from getting up in the morning and putting food on your table.
Well, it's not about, but I'm not talking about, they okay with you doing individual stuff. You cool if you do something individually. It's like, okay, you making a way for yourself. You going to get a doctorate. You going to pay for it. But as soon as you start thinking about the bigger picture and start doing for the community and say, hey, we all in this together. We're going to have, because if you read Grace's book, she said that the Black Panthers used to use the WCIC building to feed the kids in the morning. That's where they had the feeding programs at. And it was like, it was just a wonderful thing that they was doing for the community kids. It's like, if you try to do that now, what would happen? It was just an amazing thing because kids haven't stopped starving.
Well, you know, that was created by the Black Panthers, and then it was picked up by
co-opted by the government.
The government. The same thing with running numbers. You know, used to run numbers in neighborhoods and things, and they made it illegal. But then they turned it into lottery. right. Yeah, you know.
Now you got the lottery. Moving on to the next item, and then we're gonna bring up our first guest. Well, I want to mention a couple of things really quick in that you guys should know about. The growing face of incarceration. So if you don't know this, Marissa Alexander, the woman that shot the warning shot of her husband that was going to abuse her, she was trying to get back in the house, and he wouldn't let her back in, or something nature. She shot the warning shot because he was rushing her, and they trying to put her under the jail, but she just got released. And if you can, I'm going to put this in the show notes so you can go online, you can check it out on blacktalksacramento.com. But the problem is that they had a great, on the Nation website, they had a great article talking about the growing and changing face of incarceration. We have a problem in our country where we don't have enough room to hold these prisoners, right? So now they are moving. They was talking about how she was released. So now she's being released from prison for home detention, and she has to pay them $150. I think it's a week. No, $105 a week for her own imprisonment.
Right.
That to me is insane, right? You imprison yourself. It's like, okay, we're gonna let you go home, but we're gonna put you in jail, but you in jail at home. But what about your rent? You gotta pay your rent on top of that. You gotta pay your food. You gotta get food on top of that. You gotta pay your trash, whatever, on top of that. So it don't take away all the other stuff that you gotta pay.
No, I
So
agree with
it's
you.
like you're gonna be on the
100%.
street.
I'm like this is
you can't just be on the
crazy.
street with no,
Right, right.
So you got to have somebody take care of you. So take a look on that. It's in the Nation, and then also too that you guys should know about in tech news. Windows 10 is coming out this year. If you have Windows 8.1, you know that it sucks. So they bringing out Windows 10, and it would be a free update. So you guys don't have to go out and buy Windows 10.
Did we miss Windows 9?
They skipped over
skipped the
9.
number.
They skipping number 9 because some kind of programming thing. Like
Okay,
yeah, so in the code, if it's looking for 9, it's gonna jack your computer up. And also too, it's very cool in the show notes. Check out the link that goes to the HoloLens. Windows got a new computer where you actually wear your computer on your face, and it's augmented reality.
That's
where
too much.
It's like it's gonna be the bomb. It's like instead of you buying a monitor,
You
it's
will
gonna
not
be right
be
there on
plugging
any
into
wall
it.
that
Not
you
a
want.
cyborg.
You will not be putting that in. Then as I walk down the street, people saying, "What's that number on your head?" And I'm like,
No, you wear it in the house. You put instead of you sitting in front of your computer, you just put it on your head.
yeah, and then 10 years down the road,
I could be sitting right here. I could be looking
glowing.
at you. Be like having the whole thing happening. I could be playing Tetris while I'm looking at you.
I'm just gonna look at my screen.
I'll be like,
I'm gonna just
you
look
got.
at
Hey,
my
wait a minute. You got the
screen.
LPs? Come on. All right. So yeah.
No,
So it's the bomb ticket.
Yeah, I'm.
If
I'm
it ain't
cool
broke,
with
don't
that.
fix
So
it.
y'all need to check it out because y'all need to know about what technology is coming on. We got to keep abreast of these things. We have to start thinking about the future. We have to start thinking about the future.
I agree. But
Yeah, it's like we have to know where it's going so our kids be prepared.
But I don't have to be in the computer though. That's
No, you're not in the computer. The computer's on you. It's a fashion thing that you're doing right now.
man, I'm good.
I don't jump on every trend. I'm not down with every trend.
It's a digital train.
The trend
It's a digital train. You can ride it in your house.
mouthpiece.
I'm cool.